Okay, H13LJ. Let's get you guys set up. So Fred, I see you going with no grips at all on the H. Is that your plan? I mean, it's all good. If you are going to do that, I would suggest that Marconi and Manuel is that you help him out just a little bit more with that distance in between your legs. Okay, 13. Ideally, I don't think this space in your tunnel, but ideally, Fred, you would be at this angle. You see this angle here? Because right now is a little block so that Marconi can't get out so clearly. And the same thing here. Ideally, Felipe, you would be a little more of an angle. Now, I know you guys have been playing with this with the double grips quite a lot. I've done it with both, and I think we've talked about this before. I believe Airspeed like the double grips, Hayabusa really like the single grips. And I want you guys to play with it so that Felipe and Fred, you can have more of an angle. Why don't you try it? Just go back to going with a single grip at that point. Because right now with this here, you're kind of locked into this 90-degree picture. And it makes it hard for these guys to get out of the center. And then now, see what's happening right now is that Marconi's dropping down, which is good, but he's sliding this way because there's nowhere else for him to go, really. I mean, right now it's a little more open here for Manuel, and he can kind of rotate around the grip, which is the goal here, remember. The goal is to rotate around that grip at the start of the block. Is what we want is a little more flexibility here. So it's kind of up for Manuel, down for Marconi. Rotate around this grip to see the B picture. Now, right now, look at your body language, Marconi. You can see you're sliding this way. You know, you're trying to go to this way. I would like you to be rotating at this point. Like right now, you've dropped down, which is good. I would head switch and rotate. You're still trying to drive your body in that direction, which puts you guys constantly, you're doing two different moves with the block. Okay, and pretty much see the same thing, where at the start of the block each time, it's easier for the up pair. We know that. We know that for the up pair, it's going to be a little easier. So Manuel just kind of goes up a fraction and he rotates around here. But, sorry about that. But Marconi, you're going in this direction. So you have a long translation out, rotation, and a long translation back. It should just be rotate around the grip line, see the B picture, which should be happening now. You know what I mean? That extra B. If Marconi was a little more rotated, we'd see that. There's the next B picture with Felipe and Fred. And then we have the close. So despite that, guys, you're doing an okay job with the block. But man, I could really see it improving without all this getting locked up here. Because the guys are going over, this actually doesn't matter too much because they're getting lift from this. But for you guys here, you must be working really hard in order to get that flexibility because you have the double grip. Like I'm saying, I would suggest, Marconi, that you try without that grip. Just let Fred pick you up, and Fred, that should allow you a bit more of an open picture, giving Marconi more space to come out of the center. See where you're going, Marconi? And that's kind of being forced in that direction. See, right now, sorry, let me take it back. Back to the center there. See, right now, the B picture, which should be happening right in between Marconi and Manuel, should... I'm sorry, guys, for some reason Dropbox doesn't want it right. Here we go. There, it should be happening here. And it's not quite happening there. And then the next B, and then the close. Cool. Like I said, it's okay, but I think it could be better and feel easier, especially for the back pair. I said a random page there, guys. And once we start doing it this way, like so Fred, ideally, like I said, you'd have a little more of an angle here. You can actually assist Marconi to come more into the corner for the B picture rather than that big translation. I think you could knock about a second off that block if we do that little change.